Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Jersey Shore podcast. It's SURE because we are always sure. Got a guest, Nate Thurber, coming on again. Nate joined us a couple weeks ago. It was awesome.
Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, he wanted to come back on. He couldn't wait. We had a great conversation. Nate is the man. I love him. And he's sitting where my wife sat last week's episode. So don't get any ideas.
Yeah, I won't.
But before we get started, and it also brought to you by the Great America's Pulse Network, as always, Jersey Shore. I want to get into breaking news first. And the breaking news, then this one is kind of the reason why I'm headlining this one, because it's important to me and my wife, and it hits home because of her brother has autism. But RFK Jr. bans mercury in vaccines after 2-decade battle. No more poisoning pregnant women and children. And it's been 2 decades of battling this. And RFK, thank you very much for banning it. There's a lot of things that point to it, that it could cause autism. It does hurt children. But why not just get rid of it? I mean, I like what he's doing. I like Maha, make America healthy again. Great, awesome. Thank you, RFK. I appreciate that. So that's our breaking news for today. There's other breaking news as well, but I'm not going to get into that because we have a quick show we want to do today. I'm very tired. I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I'm going to go into my monologue, and it's going to be short because it's been a very long week. A lot of stuff has happened, but a lot of good stuff that we put together for, basically to make New Jersey great again, and we think it's a great idea. We're going to go into all of that. We're going to talk about, the candidates in New Jersey that are running. The wave is coming, and we're going to ride that wave, hopefully. And that's what we want. We want the wave to come in New Jersey in November for Jack Ciattarelli to be our new governor. We cannot have Mikey Sherrill as our governor because I spoke to Jack too. I said, Jack, please win. I said, because I don't feel like renting a U-Haul and moving, because that's the consensus of everybody. If Mikey Sherrill wins, then it'll be like California when they sold out of U-Hauls, and they really did. They were leaving. And that's a problem. We don't want to leave New Jersey. We want to make it great again. And that's
don't we have a debt migration like laws as far as like a state, like our population wise?
What's that?
Like it's going down. I mean, more people leave the state than come in.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
I forget what that.
Yeah, you're right. And New Jersey does charge you an exit tax too, so we don't want to. Right. They do actually. There's a penalty. Yeah, it is. So maybe Jack can get rid of that. But so that's what we're going to go into. So let's go into our first segment and talk about this. So basically, we put something together, and we think it's a great idea. So basically, Jack Ciattarelli got the Trump endorsement, which is a big deal. And Trump is, to get his endorsement, it is awesome. And I'm thinking, why not use that? Why not play into what Trump really likes to have? Why not a big crowd? If he's going to come here and do a rally for Jack in the fall, why not turn it into a festival, the Red Atlantic Festival? And it doesn't have to be called that. It could be called anything you want. You want to call it, I don't care. We call it the Ciattarelli Fest or the Jack is Back Fest, whatever it may be. I don't care. But he got the endorsement right there. You see it on your screen. And Jack is the only one that can pull this off, and I hope he can. I hope Trump helps him out in doing so. But just think about it. I mean, Nate, we can go over it now. Like, let's just talk about the basis of it.
All right. Well, I know you say some big festival because the biggest thing is voter turnout. That's the biggest thing that prevents probably Republicans from winning. Definitely here in New Jersey, is voter turnout. So if you can get them energized, get the young, especially the young crowd, the Gen Zs, millennials. Some type of festival like that. I'm not too familiar on who's cool now or who can draw a large crowd. But using the Trump endorsement, like you said, for Ciattarelli and anything in that faith, anything that can pull. I mean, I don't know. Trump still has pull here in New Jersey. I know he still lives here. I know he has a Bedminster and all that, and a Trump golf course like around the corner.
He's got 2 of them. One Pine Hill and Bedminster, yeah.
No, so anything bring people, like you said. Yeah, I know your proposal had a bunch of stuff about vendors, MAGA gear, merchandise, things like that. Had things, and one of the important things you had on there was talking about getting mail-in ballots or having a link, something to do with the tickets. I believe I know it was your proposal, so don't let me talk too much about it. But no, having that, so like, look, you write it in there, because that's one thing, again, like the mail-in ballots, unfortunately, like whether or not you agree with it or not, that's the rules that they're going with. Then you got to use that as a strategy. You got to implement that. Like I don't agree with it. I think it should be just one day. I think it should be just election day if you're going to have elections. But that being said, if these are the rules, mail-in ballots is going to be the rules. Make it easier, especially for the younger crowd. I think you had hit that nail right on the head. Like, go to them. They're used to having everything at their fingertips, and everything got to press up a button, they scan it, whatever. It takes them right to a link. Here, it's easy to sign up, an easy way to get a mail-in ballot, and what's called that can basically have better voter engagement. Go ahead.
No, that's the point. I mean, that's one of the many things that could happen. And one thing I did forget to say in the monologue too, because my producer changed something to the hammer, like hammer 1, hammer 2, because we have this crazy pirate in Seth in the conservative corner that he calls me the hammer. So here's the hammer right here. I don't know. I just got a hammer. He calls me that all the time. And maybe it's because, I got interviewed by Sammy the Bull Gravano and he thinks that I'm connected or something. I'm not. So, but that's what Seth calls me all the time. It's a funny thing. So we try to play off of it. I love Seth. He's awesome. He's funny, but he's the one-legged pirate. Well, almost one-legged pirate. I think his foot is growing back by now. A little bit, I hope so. We'll get to his GoFundMe in the end because we still need his foot to grow back. So, but he's awesome because we can bust each other's chops, and it is something serious that he went through and almost lost his foot. But he's a great guy, and we can break each other's balls, I would say.
Joke around.
Yeah. So, but if you think about it, this proposal I put together, like a 2 to 3 day festival. Now, if you're going to have a rally, and you're going to energize, the voter base, and you want to get younger people to vote. And the thing is, too, we really don't need. As much as you want to flip Democrats to vote Republican, I'll call them the common sense Reagan Democrats, and get them to vote Republican. Yes, you want to do that. It's great. The more, and you want to sway independents to vote Republican. Yes, you do. That's all well and good. That's great. But New Jersey has a lot of registered Republicans that don't vote. They don't come out.
Right.
And last time Jack ran in 2021, 400,000 registered Republicans stayed home. They didn't vote. And if he got 10% more to come back out, he would have won. And that's going to be the same thing this election. So we're trying to energize the voter base. I've been talking to young Republicans about it. I'm asking them what they think, would motivate them. And something like this would. So with the Trump endorsement, just think about this idea. I'm going to break it down. If there are a lot of headliners out there and artists that love Trump, they're outspoken. Like, let's start with Kid Rock. Kid Rock puts on concerts for Trump all the time. He loves him. And if Trump was to say, hey, Kid Rock, we want to do a concert over here for Jack Ciattarelli, I'm pretty sure he would do it. That's just one of many that could come, whether it be Aaron Lewis, Jelly Roll, or but I'm just throwing names out there. It could be or Lil Wayne, whatever. They're all outspoken Trump supporters. So if you were to get them here and do a concert, and it could be a Woodstock for New Jersey. It would be awesome. And one thing it would do, it would help Jack get elected. But think about all the down ballot candidates, all the people that run for assembly and so forth. That is going to help Jack Ciattarelli govern. And that's the idea behind this. And there's many more ideas to come. And we'll just keep breaking it down because I'll break down how much money you could make because it's a fundraiser too. But getting to younger people,
ticket prices and everything like that definitely can bring in revenue, for that. But no, everything, even not even just concerts and things like that, but like you said, UFC events.
Oh yeah,
the UFC events, MMA events, things like that. Like say you have it over multiple days.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be. I think that would definitely bring, like I said, bring out the younger crowds, get them out there. And like I said, Jack Ciattarelli, that was the first time I voted Republican. It was back in 2021.
Okay.
I voted for him then. Because of the mass in schools. I didn't want that. So our kids are a little bit older, but
yeah, but that's the thing. You're right about the MMA. Like
I got off topic.
No. You're right about that. No, that's another thing that would be awesome. Like throwing MMA in it. Say we'll kick off where we're at. I was at the Trump rally in Wildwood, and there was 100,000 people there. It was amazing. And there was so many people there. It could be on the beach, set up the stage, and have a 3-day festival, and do something like that, and kick it off with a UFC fight. That would be great, because I don't know if anyone ever seen Trump walk into a stadium. Well, UFC,
and they love him,
and they love crazy. Him. He was at one like 6 weeks ago here in New Jersey.
I remember he was going up in North Jersey. I know he's been down in Florida a few times.
Yeah,
and now the crowd just erupts. They definitely do.
And it's awesome. Trump loves that stuff, and UFC loves it. Why not? Why not kick it off a UFC fight? Who doesn't want to go to a UFC fight? Especially on the younger crowd, anywhere from Gen Z to millennials. They would love to go to something like that. Yeah. And then it turns into right after that, kick it off with the concerts. With all those artists that will be named, and there were just examples. Whoever we could get, it'll be great. I mean, I really think this is a key to changing the game in New Jersey, because it is cool now to be a Republican.
Absolutely. I definitely know, like the younger, especially younger males, definitely trend Republican. Just because, I mean, unfortunately, the Democratic Party has not done well in catering to them, just basically, especially white males. I mean, they've been demonized. But no, it definitely, especially the younger crowd, and younger crowd definitely been into UFC, and that's more of a younger man's sport. At least our older generation that thought it was too barbaric. But I love it. Yeah. But no, I think that all those things, like I said, even something on the beach, all the admissions, and even in the proposal that you had, all the numbers around. I'm an accountant, so like I love looking at all the numbers. And like no. And then, like I said, have that tied to, like I said, this to get the energy, get the energizing going to get people out. That's the main thing, is voter turnout. I was saying voter registration, but that, of course, I'm sure that could be tied in, obviously, with the mail-in ballot. That would be connected to it, to your ticket pricing or ticket purchase or whatever. No, and that will, it will encourage engagement, and that, unfortunately, is what's lacking.
Yeah, it is. I mean, one thing that Trump did, which was amazing, I never thought about it. He made voting fun. He came out, and not only is he a great president, and I don't agree with everything Trump does. You can't agree with everything that somebody does, but he's getting things done. But he took a different. He stepped in a different direction than anybody else. He's an entertainer as well, so he made it entertaining.
He is funny. I don't care what you say about whether you like him or not. I don't want to say he's the greatest president in the world, but no, but he is funny. I don't care what anybody says. He's funny. He has comedic. He knows comedic timing. He got the punchlines. His nicknames sometimes are corny, sometimes they're funny as hell, and they're spot on. You got to give him credit where credit's due. It is funny. I do like him in that sense.
Yeah, I mean, who else does that? Have you ever seen another president talk the way he does? He'll just say what he says.
No, and people don't like that, though. They think that because of that, it makes him unprofessional or something like that. But in a real sense, that's what makes him connect to the everyman. Yeah. It is the way he talks. Because, unfortunately, look, that's how we talk. Look, we cuss. We might say some crude things. We might crack a joke here or there. But, we're not going to be all formal and proper. And maybe we're sitting here right now doing the Jersey Shore podcast. Sitting here like this. Man, nobody wants to hear that. We're gonna be authentic. Just sit there, talk, relax. And he has that ability, despite being a multi-millionaire, billionaire. I don't know what his actual assets are, whatever they are. But he's been rich and famous for most of his life, not his entire life, but definitely adult life. And so I know it, but still, he's able to connect. I guess verbally, it's just how he talks to people.
Yeah, I mean, it just made it easier to think about. If you look at politicians and how they usually are, they don't. They're so far removed.
Cookie cutter, cutouts. It's Gavin Newsom. I'm sorry, it's a good example of that. You know what I mean? He's a good example of just a cookie cutter, a politician, or even Obama. You guys sit there, you have to talk. You have your finger point like this, doing stuff like that. But it's they all went to school just to learn how to do that. And
Obama was.
I do.
We gotta do this.
Get the birdie. You gotta get the birdie going. His hands go a little bit wild. My boy love my Bernie. I'm not gonna do it right now.
It's like Trump in the debate with Biden when Biden fell apart, and Biden's
I don't think he knows what he's saying.
Yeah, he's fumbling around and he's not making any sense. We beat Medicare. And
I'm sorry.
He beat the ground. He goes, I don't know what he said. I don't think he knows what he said either.
I'm sorry. I don't believe elder abuse, but I feel like what the Democratic Party did by putting him out there what the other reviews. And I don't mean to laugh at that, but it was funny. And like I said, his one-liner, it was like, I don't even think Joe knows.
So I don't know what he just said. And I don't think he knows either. So I was like, whoa,
it wasn't his best. It wasn't by his best look. That's for sure.
No. But with that, I mean, we're going to go over a couple other things, well, many more other things about this whole big plan, because we want to talk this into existence. We want to make it happen. And Jack is the only one that can pull it off with a Trump endorsement. And Jack is a rock star. Jack goes out there. He's out there every single day going all up and down New Jersey. It's got to be pretty damn tough, you know what I mean, to run for governor and just so.
But Jersey's not that big, man. It's not that big.
But
it's big, but it's not that big. And I know that, like, no, he could unite and, you know, like I said, I voted for Jack. Like, that was, I always voted Democrat prior to that. Mm-hmm. And now, so it's like, now I did energize the base. Because, look, he can beat Michael Sherry. He really can. The momentum's there for the Republican Party right now. Whether they like Donald Trump or not, he did win the popular vote. You can't deny that. People could debate his first 6 months. I'm really not here for that right now, but like, no, if Jack really wants to take some momentum, bro, doing something like this, generating money, getting people, like I said, that registered, and I think it's a winning strategy. I think you said it right in your thing. So people looking down the phones down there, but like you said it right now, yeah. It's a winning strategy. I do believe so.
Yeah, I think so too. So we'll get right back to it. Let's take a quick break and go. Let's pay the bills, as Seth always says.
Welcome to America's Pulse Network. This is APN's very own White House correspondent, Alexandra Levine.
This is so amazing and miraculous. We've never had a president in the history of our nation doing this. And we hope to God that he continues doing this forever and ever. Thank you. God bless you, everybody. And God bless President Trump.
And God bless you.
Hello, everyone. This is Alexandra Levine with the America's Pulse Network. I am the White House correspondent right here in the heart of D.C. as President Trump is celebrating 250 years of America and the military.
Subscribe and follow America's Pulse Network on the above social medias.
All right, guys, welcome back to the next segment. I appreciate you guys hanging in there. So this is Ride the Wave. This is why we have to ride the wave. Now, if you think about it, I put in there like young voters and mail-in ballots, missed opportunity, and Nate brought that up earlier about so Gen Z and young millennials. I guess I would be considered a millennial.
Well, yeah, I am.
I'm 43. I guess I just make that.
Oh, we're older millennials.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a young one. So, no. But they don't like bureaucracy. They don't like paperwork. They rarely vote unless it's tied to something immediate, digital, or identity driven. And this is exactly identity driven, this type of thing that we could do. Because they're not lazy. They're just used to having, like you said, everything at their fingertips. It's just, that's the way their mindset works. It's not like,
look, that was the world they were born in. It's not necessarily their fault or whatever. That's just been their reality.
Like standing in line and waiting for something is not what they're used to. That's why they have Amazon. You just go on your phone, boom, and it comes to your door.
Or even something like DoorDash. I still never use. I'd rather just go out and go get it. But like, no, something like that. Just, all right, I want food, boom, go get it. And there it is. Show up at my door.
Yeah. So with the mail-in ballots and integration with ticket sales, basically, if they were to go on to buy a ticket and online, obviously we're going to buy one online, they're prompted to fill out or ask for a mail-in ballot, not fill out one. I'm sorry. Request a mail-in ballot. They're prompted to it. They don't have to, but if you get 10%, 20% to do it, and then they actually request one, and then when the time comes, just follow it up with a text message. Like everybody said, don't forget to fill out your mail-in ballot, and that will be a great idea. I think that will be awesome, and I think it's a really good opportunity to have Republicans who do not like filling out, voting by mail, just get the younger people involved, because I've been working with the young Republicans, and I don't come up with all the ideas myself. I mean, I get them from speaking to everybody and asking them the questions, and that's what the stuff that they're telling me. And why not do it? Why not make it easier for them? It's a win-win. So, because if you have say 50,000 people come to this, you just had 10% fill out the form, it's 5,000 new mail-in ballots. 20%, that's 10,000. If we add live stream attendees and follow up with text, and the number scales to 20,000 plus potential ballot requests. And I'm putting this out there because am I afraid that the Democrats might steal this? No, I'm not, because they can't put something like this together. You watch a Kamala Harris rally, they pay people to come. A Trump rally, Jack Chiarelli rally, people show up.
They would look at the 100,000 they say came down there in a while, but I do know that a lot of people did show up. They were going to see a Beyonce concert at one of the Kamala rallies. And that didn't happen. I believe she spoke for a few minutes and then bounced.
Yeah.
Well, no, they definitely had other incentives. Like I said, busting people in. Like whether or not it's true or not, it seemed legit to me when at that time. They're just busting people in from out of state to rallies and from Georgia to South Carolina. I forget the story.
Yeah, no,
I still remember that from 2020 with Trump, where I think it was in Cincinnati, and they were backed up to Kentucky. I think it was Louisville, or so I'm not too familiar with how they all work over there. But from Kentucky, all I know, it was 20 some odd miles. It was lined up, and it was backed up. All right, now the Trump rallies out there in Middle America, or Appalachia, or wherever that was, out in Kentucky or Ohio or Southern Ohio.
It was everywhere.
It was he doesn't. It seems like it isn't authentic. It's a thing to go to. People like going to Trump rallies and like that, and he can just up there and he's free balls. He's up there like a stand-up comedian. So they go there to the mic, he just walk back and forth. At least when he's campaigning, campaigning, he was definitely able to do that. Obviously, not campaigning anymore, but look, this is a campaign event. That's what we're talking about. And no, he can definitely draw a crowd. Something like that. Like I said, will energize the base and get people out. 100%.
There's not a question that it will come out. I've been to, I think, 5 Trump rallies total. No, I'm sorry, 4 total. And the Wildwood one was the number one. That was wow. But all the other ones I went to, there was anywhere from 40 to 50 to 60,000 people there. Was it either at a stadium or it was at a racetrack or whatever it may have been? But I went to 4 of them, and just see the people there. And the best part about it, Nate, part about it was there was not one fight.
Nothing.
No one got everyone was happy to be there. Everyone was talking to each other and engaging, and it wasn't I've been to many concerts, in my time. I got my nose broken at a Creed concert in 2000. When I was just
at the weekend last week. His concert in Philly. That was Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, you always see a fight at a concert.
That's fine. It was relatively peaceful. I know it's a little bit different. I don't know what concert he's going to, but for the most part, it's like-minded people. I wouldn't expect fights to be at. I don't think there's fights at different parties either. I'm just saying. But at the same time, I've never been to a Trump rally, so tell me all about it.
But everyone was so happy to be there. Everyone was kind to each other. Hey, you need help with this, you need help with that, but everyone just talking to each other. There was nobody got an argument, cut in line or this, that, and the other. And that's just the mentality of it. That's the American way. That's the way it should be. So,
I agree with that.
But again, this could be very, very big, and looking forward to it if it happens. But let's talk it into existence, everybody. Let's make this happen. So, if anybody wants to comment and share whatever, But Jack is the only one who can make it happen. But again, like I said, I'm not putting it on him because he is busy. He's running for governor. I ran for Congress before, and it's hard. And he's running for the governor. He's basically the president of New Jersey, if you want to look at it like that. But so I know it's very hard to put together. I'm just trying to talk it into existence and get people out there to say, hey, we would love this. And if Trump puts it together, he can just make it happen.
With 3 months, the logistically, obviously, it could get done and probably be a little bit rushed. It'd probably want a little bit more time. But look, continuing with if Mikey Sherrill, let's say, gets in, like I said, this something to help out Jack said earlier. If Mikey Sherrill does get in, that's to me, it's another 4 years of Murphy. All right, and then just cost of living, everything else is going to keep on going up. People can't afford to live, can't afford a house, can't afford to rent, can't afford. I know it's tough out there. I understand how young people could even do anything today. I really don't. Now, to be fair though, like my first apartment though, I remember there was 3 of us. It was me and my 2 boys, and we were splitting an apartment, but it was like a 2-bedroom, bro. It was like $800. Yeah, that's be unheard of today.
Yeah,
and it was like 3 of us splitting that. We were still broke.
Yeah, well,
it was still broke.
And that's why Trump.
But even that, if the kids heard that today, that it was only $800 for a 2-bedroom apartment, Jesus Christ, they would jump on that.
Yeah,
jump on that.
Of course. But that's why, and I put an article out there on Substack too about the college social scam and how it's hurting everybody. Hurting the kids because they put them in debt, and then they go and they tell them you can go to school. Peter Sykes' Jack Fest. We'll get to you, Pete, in a moment. So, but
what's up, Pete?
But yeah, so but how it just. They put them in debt and they tell them you go to school for this. And I always make the joke and call it like lesbian dance theory or something, and no, you're never going to get a job.
Studies. Liberal studies.
Yeah.
Like,
and
what is that?
And then when you get out, you're $40,000-$50,000 in debt or even more. And then you can't even get a job.
Serving coffee at a Starbucks or something like that. And that's how the stereotype goes. But yeah, no, and it's putting them in debt, putting them behind the 8 ball from the rip. You're already starting off. And you probably don't get too much of a grace period. I don't know how it works today, but then you got to start paying it off. I know it just compiles to why they are in the situation they are in now, where they can't buy houses, they can't afford rent. That's just another compiling factor. And it just got me in that mindset, like that socialist mindset, like you want everything for free.
Because it is that way. Because basically,
they kind of did. They got it for free. My bad. I mean, go ahead. But
no, you kind of forced them into it. It's like, okay, we're going to give you these college loans, and the government took it over and got rid of the banks because the banks do checks and balances, like who they run the loan money to.
No.
So they want to know
how to make a profit. I would imagine.
Yeah,
they want, but that's another discussion.
But
today, no, they do that make a profit. So like, no, their loan's going to bounce. Like, no, they're going to.
They're not going to give someone a loan if they're going to look and say, "Oh, you're going to school for what?
Yeah,
you're never going to be able to pay me back." So, but the government they stepped in and said, "No, we're going to everyone. We're going to cut the banks out. We're going to back it." Well, they're not backing it because the government doesn't have money. It's our money. No. That's what everyone needs to know. The government doesn't have money. It's our money, our taxpayers. So the government said, "We'll back it. We will throw these loans out to all these kids, and you don't even have to have a good credit score or any kind of ambition. You can just say, I want to go." Yeah. And they will keep funding it over and over and over again.
Yeah, and like you said, 50,000, 100,000,
and then
if not more.
Yeah, and then you'll go to school and learn something that is not.
You come back with half your head shaved, your dyed hair pink. Like your kid tell them come back to somebody else.
Yeah, you can't get a job, and then you're still living in your parents' basement, and then you're in so much debt, and you can't buy a home. And then you look to the government again, and then you have Joe Biden. We're going to relieve all student loan debt after this.
He tried to hold on. He I work with the government, so he relieved my debt. Thank you, Joe Biden. I didn't vote for you, but thank you, bro.
He relieved your debt.
Yes, he did.
Oh, because he did it for government.
For government employees.
Yeah, he found a way, which is wrong because the Supreme Court shut him down. He wasn't supposed to do it, but he still tried to find ways. And why did
Thanks, bro. Thanks, Biden. I hope you ought to pin that. I'm not to make it stand.
I'm not mad. I am not mad at you for that. I'm not. Because
it wasn't until $250,000. I'll say
but you do pay taxes and whatever. I'm not mad at you for taking it. I'm not.
Look, I didn't know. I didn't request it. Like they sent me. It was literally in campaign season. It was literally in the lead up to the election. I was like, oh, I'm trying to buy votes. I was like, I'll take it. I got a random email from the Department of Education. Your loan has been like wiped away or whatever the fuck it said. I was like, oh, I was like, hey, let's go.
And listen, I
had no idea.
I wouldn't kick a gift horse in the mouth either because you do pay taxes. But the point is, it's not right. It shouldn't happen. No. But he found a way to do it for government employees, and that was the only way.
Thank you, Joe.
He tried to use different ways. It was to buy votes, but the Supreme Court did eventually shut him down from doing it. And he shouldn't. But that's the full vicious circle of it. It's like, okay, we're going to put you in debt, and we're going to give you loans from the government, which the government doesn't have money. So that means we're going to reach into taxpayers' pockets and take your money and give it to someone else to go to college for something that they're never going to be able to make money off of when they get a job, when they get out there. And they're going to be in debt, and then they can't even afford to buy a house. And then we're going to turn around and say, we're going to reach into taxpayers' pockets again and relieve the student loan debt. So it's a socialist scam. It's like a pyramid scam. That's what it is. And then when you look at all the presidents that put this in effect, I mean, they were all Democrats. They were.
Okay.
Every single one of them. And then and you look at the colleges, they hiked up their.
I was just about to. It allows them to hike up the tuition when when being paid for by the government. It allows them to raise the tuition to unobtainable prices. It shouldn't be that education it shouldn't be as much as it is, and it's because of the student loan prices. I do recall that it is because of something to do with student loan prices. Because of that, look, it's guaranteed money. It makes sense. It gets guaranteed money, so they can just keep on. All right, well, hey, we're just going to keep on getting it anyway. Yeah, you can get a bonus, or you can get tenure, or you can get tenure. Just keep on with the same agenda. As long as we keep on teaching what I tell you to teach, you're going to be in there.
Yeah, and then the colleges hike up their rates. No, it went up like 1,200%, far outpaced.
Forget the numbers. Inflation. I know it was crazy. I know it was a lot higher than just natural inflation.
It was crazy. And then they turn around and then
another scam. But.
And then what happens is. Then you look at the presidents like LBJ, and well, he's the one that started it, and then Clinton to Obama to Biden, and then you look at turn around and what happens? Colleges can't donate to campaigns, the Democrat campaigns, but the NEA does, and the unions and school teachers unions, all that. Yeah, so they donate 99% to Democrats. And get them elected so they can keep doing this whole pyramid scheme scam. And then they turn around when the president is not the president anymore, is ex-president, then he turns around and gives $400,000 speeches at these colleges. I mean,
honorary doctorates and shit like that.
Yeah, like Obama, $400,000. He goes to a college and speaks, he gets $400,000. Like, really? Why? Because he is part of this pyramid socialist scheme. And that's exactly what it is. So you can read my article on Substack if you want to go through it step by step. But yeah, I think let's take another break and let's go into the third segment. I'm going to break down the rest of this Jack Fest, Red Atlantic Fest, Garden State Fest, Jersey Fest, whatever we want to call it. But we'll break that down and we're going to talk about some candidates. So let's take a break.
Alexandra Levine Live, hosted by Alexandra Levine. Jersey Shore Podcast, hosted by Damon Galdo. The Conservative Corner, hosted by Seth Eisenberg. Because the pulse of America beats for God and country, America's Pulse Network is for faith, family, freedom, and truth.
All right, guys, welcome back to segment 3. So thanks for still listening, whoever's listening out there. I appreciate it. I see Pete Sykes. You keep putting some comments in there. I told you we're going to get the, pump the brakes, buddy. You're coming. You're important. So
maybe 70,000 in trades. We need to swing back. Like, no, the 70 trades. The trades need. I don't think they need to be strictly vote tech schools. Well, I don't think that needs to be necessary.
The trades are a good thing because I know AI's out there, but not everyone codes. You're still going to need a plumber, electrician, a carpenter.
AI's not taking that. They're not taking that. The trades, they're not taking the people working with their hands, the construction workers. AI's not taking that. I'm thinking my job, my accountants, no, they're done. They can do that. All those numbers, all those debits and credits, and make it all work. They can do that in a split second. So I just need to analyze. That's how I stay alive. I just need to analyze what they do. I'll let the AI do all the grunt work. Yeah. And then I have to sit back as a human being and analyze because I don't want them that smart. All right? I don't want them doing that. I don't want the AIs taking over like that. I don't want the TA.
Right. Well, listen,
I don't want that.
We do have some breaking news though too. Before I break all this down too, and thank you for our producer reminding. I got it right here. We have Ron Pinchik. He's on the Gloucester County Committee. He just announced he's running for mayor of Clayton, and our great county chair and the GOP are getting behind him and backing him. So congratulations, Ron. I think you'd be a great mayor. And I know that you've been fighting hard for Gloucester County and New Jersey as a whole. So any help that you need from the Jersey Shore podcast, you just let me know because I'll be there. But I know you're a great guy and you're going to do some great things. So, and thank you, Adam Wingate, for getting behind him, GOP as well, because Ron is the right guy for the job. So So then we'll, they want to get all the other stuff out of the way.
We're doing that. We got to get VoteJackandPete.com.
He's sweating right now.
There we go. Yes, let's go to Jack and Peter site. Jack Bragg and Peter Sykes, New Jersey State Assembly, the hot buffet, free pools, support your legislative district number 6 candidates. Where the Thirsty Hound and South Jersey Billiards, 600 North Whitehorse Pike, Somerdale, New Jersey. Win Wednesday, August 13th, 2025. Time 5 to 8 p.m. Cost for adults, $50, $25 for children, ages 13 to 16. Children ages 12 and under are free. We have bronze package, silver package, gold package. You scan the QR code here, or like I said, go to VoteJackandPete.com, donate to the campaign. You don't necessarily have to come to this pool thing if you can't, if you're busy. But we love to see you out there shooting some pool, having a buffet, enjoying time with your family. But if you can't do that, then please come to VoteJackandPete.com for their LD6 State Assembly campaign.
So that's right, on VoteJackandPete.com. And again, August 13th at the where was the
Thirsty Hound in South Jersey Billiards. I'm sorry if I spoke that a little too fast. I know I do talk fast. Sometimes I mumble, but yeah, the Thirsty Hound in South Jersey Billiards. That's at 600 North Whitehorse Pike in Somerdale, New Jersey. You guys can see it there. I don't know. I'm sitting there reading it like it ain't on the screen.
Screenshot it, and then you guys can
I'm not reading off the scans too.
So, and then we have another one coming up too. It's in Galdo.
Oh, yeah, for Jack. Yeah, the Galdo.
Yeah, this is for Jack, and this is actually for all of the and JGOP candidates that are run for assembly and for Camden County anyway, because that's where it's going to be. It's in Pine Hill, and Pete is from Pine Hill, by the way. But Pete, I don't think you're invited to this one though. No, I'm kidding.
No, of course it is. Of course it is. Just scan the QR code. You get right in.
But so it's Thursday, August 28th at 6:30 to 9:30 at 500 West Branch Avenue, Pine Hill, New Jersey. And you can come out and you guys can see what the ticket prices are for buy a table. You buy a table for $13.45, I believe it is. But spread the word, share the message. It's going to help out every candidate in New Jersey, including Jack Citarelli, number one. He's the leader of the pack here. So
running for governor.
One. Yeah. So all right. So with that, we'll go back into Let's go back into the breakdown of the whatever we're going to call it. I just named the Red Atlantic Fest. I know Jack Brangan, Pete's running mate. He's like, it's got to say like Garden State Fest or Jersey. I don't care what it's called. I'm like whatever.
Garden State Red Fest. Like I don't know.
Whatever it is. Let Jack, you pick it. Trump, you pick it. It doesn't matter to me. I just put it together, so it doesn't really matter. So you guys can pick the name. It doesn't matter to me. I just put it together because I think it's going to work. Because why I think it's going to work. I mean, if you think about the financial breakdown, here we go. Let me go.
You get into the weeds. Let's go.
Yeah. So say and this is conservative. All right. So say it was 50,000 attendees, and that's a minimum based on one ticket. Say it's $50 you charge everybody for a ticket, and that's for all 3 days. And there's no way you're going to do it for all 3 days. It'll be a $50. However they want to do it, I just put it together and just for easy numbers.
We're spitballing. That's how you put together a budget. So that's how you put together
exactly
some projections.
So if it was
some potential projected revenues, that could come from all.
So if it was 50,000 people that attended, which I know we could probably double that, and we only charge $50 for the entire 3 days, which I know will be more than that. VIP, and then you had VIP. Time. It's a general admission to times 30,000, 1.5 million. VIP, 150 times 10,000, say another 1.5 million. Ultra VIP, $500 per person times 2,000, and that will come with different things. You can get access to this. Maybe have dinner with somebody.
Picture.
All that.
You guys
stuff.
Figure that out.
Yeah. And then if you live streamed at $20 times 8,000, it'd be 160K. The merchandise, 700K. Food and drink vendors, 200K. I mean, we can just keep breaking it down, but to get down to it, the net profit.
Well, the total gross $5.36 million. Estimated cost $1.2 million, making the
net profit $4.1 million, and that is very conservative on it, and that's based off of what it costs for some of these entertainers, whether it's 500,000 or less, or more or less to come and perform. And then when they're patriotic, entertainers, and a lot of them come either for free, they do discounts, they'll come and do it just to get people elected.
I don't know the things behind that. I don't know. I guess you can actually honestly ask the Kamala campaign how much they're paying to have people come out and do concerts for them.
Well, Kamala paid
but having a presidential campaign, that's way different. That's way different. But at the same time, look, New Jersey's important, and like this election, like I said, they want to keep that red wave going from what happened in the 2024 election. They want to keep that going into 2025. I know New Jersey. I think Virginia is the only two of the states that have a gubernatorial.
I think Virginia is the only one.
Virginia and New Jersey, only two that have a gubernatorial election the year following this year coming up, this election day. So I feel like that. Look, if you keep the momentum going, this is anything to keep out here. How it's going with that.
And I want to have some fun too. How about you?
That'd be fun. It'd be fun. It wouldn't be a bad place to go.
I'd buy a ticket. I mean, all the good things that come from it is amazing. But I'd buy a ticket. I want to have some fun. Yeah, I would like to see a concert and an MMA fight and all that over the festival. I would stay there all weekend. It will bring the amount of revenue it will bring to New Jersey alone. Because not everyone. I mean, I would say probably the majority of the attendees would be from New Jersey, but people are going to come from out of state for this too. Yeah. And they're going to come, they're going to stay here. They're probably going to go to the casino, they're going to play, they're going to get a hotel.
We still have tourism here. So get the tourism numbers up. We're trying to help everybody here in New Jersey. Get the tourism numbers up for everybody.
And then all the down ballot
get the economy going. There you go. Of course. We're coming down ballot.
You look at like Constance that's in. She just called me. She didn't know I was on the podcast. And Constance, if you're watching, I'll get back to you. But Neil said that's her.
The LD5.
The LD5. Yeah. They're running, and Jack and Pete. I mean, they're trying to raise funds and they're working hard to do it. But if we put something like this together, imagine everybody. I mean, Chris Conwell, LD3, and then LD4. I mean, there's tons of them, but it would benefit everyone, because Democrats, they raise money hand over fist because you got the Hollywood elites throwing money at them, and you have the DNC throws money at them, and it's not that the Republicans don't have money; it's just that they don't raise as much because they're not doing things like this. If you made it fun and get out there and say, "Hey, here we have this. You guys can come here," and I just think it's a no-brainer.
The Democrats definitely have an advantage simply because just the numbers. I think it's like 2-1 is like the voter registration numbers here in New Jersey. Like you can tap into those younger voters from and tap into independents. Tap into independents as well. They mentioned them. People who just sit on the fence, much like myself. But like I said, make it something fun. This is like. We are in crazy times. Like, the world we're living in right now, we are in crazy times for like anything you can imagine, whether it's all like the wars that could potentially happen, the floods or whatever. I feel like we're just getting that flood warning, and then somebody just canceled on some radio show. I forget because there's something like that. I can't remember. I can't recall.
We won't say who that was,
we don't know. But
we think they had a gynecologist.
But like, look, all the terrible things. Like, look, at the end of the day, sometimes it's experiences that matter. We're only gonna be here for about like 80 some odd years. It's experiences. That's what people want. People pay for experiences. All right, and we're throwing these ideas out here as far as UFCs or concerts. People. Maybe that's stuff's not public. Maybe that's too grand of a thing because it's only a state of New Jersey type thing. Whatever it is, some type of festival, some type of look, we got to keep this momentum going. Or I'm talking about whatever. Look, just keep the momentum going. As far as Republicans are concerned, just keep that momentum going from 2024 and just come together and just make something fun, make it an experience. Something that someone's going to remember. Something that's what we want. Unfortunately, we need a break. We need to stop. Something to take our minds off of things, have fun. And also have that, look, you can mail in, right there. We got my ticket.
Apply for your
apply for it. Just make it easier, make it accessible.
Yeah, I mean,
we just don't know. We
need to have fun. I mean, with everything going on, we just got over the whole COVID thing. We're getting over all these scandals.
People still wear masks. I still see people driving around the cars wearing masks.
And then all the government scandals that we're going through right now, and with Biden being a dead president the entire time, the Hunter Biden laptop.
He should give a great endorsement to crack cocaine to kids. I do not endorse it, but it's the latest Hunter Biden interview. He should get a great endorsement to crack cocaine. It's so horrible. It's horrible.
Everything. It's just. I mean, I could go.
It's wild. We in crazy times. That's what you're saying. We in wild times, bro.
Yeah, it's time to be Americans again. That's the whole point. It's time to be Americans again, and let's have some fun, and let's
man.
We don't need
to have fun.
We don't need the division. Now we get to see so much of the division now. It's like pin this person against this person, this class against this class. It's like enough is enough. But this is the solution right here. I'm proposing it right now. I'm just going to call it the Red Atlantic Fest and the Jack Ranga. You hate it, but I'm just going to say it. That's I put it out there. It's subject
that was
to change.
In the proposal.
Yeah,
right? It's always subject to change, but in the proposal, that's how we. That's my brother had.
But I even threw it out there. I said to Jack Ranga, I said, how about the Jersey Shore Fest?
Hey, Jersey Shore Fest.
He was like, nice try, but whatever. It can be that too. I'm not going to hate on Jersey SURE Fest. Why not? So. But yeah, guys. So we're going to wrap it up, Nate. Thank you for coming. Before that, we're going to have to go into our next segment. It's a real quick one. It's the Patriot and Loser of the Week, and we'll wrap up the show. So we'll be right back after this quick break.
America's Pulse Network. The mainstream media is bought and paid for. The truth is twisted to fit their agenda. But America is waking up because podcasts are the future for trusted media. Welcome to the America's Pulse Network. It is a network built by patriots that upholds the Constitution. The America's Pulse Network stands for God, truth, and the America First movement. There is no corporate propaganda, no government spin, just real news, real talk, and real voices fighting for faith, freedom, and the future of this great nation with common sense. Here are some of America's Pulse Network podcasts. Alexandra Levine Live, hosted by Alexandra Levine. Jersey Shore Podcast, hosted by Damon Galdo. The Conservative Corner, hosted by Seth Eisenberg. APN's The Pulse, hosted by Alexandra, Damon, and Seth. So tune into America's Pulse Network on the following social media platforms: X/Twitter, Rumble, Truth Social, Facebook, and YouTube. Join the revolution. Because the pulse of America beats for God and country. America's Pulse Network is for faith, family, freedom, and truth.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Jersey Shore Podcast. Now, this is where we go into our Patriot of the Week and our Loser of the Week. So I'll just start with this one. This is Hammer number 4. I got to say that again for Seth. There goes the hammer. So actually, let's do the Patriot of the Week, because this is a very important one. I mean, I never gave this person the Patriot of the Week, and they deserve it, and I think they're awesome. And I'm sorry for not doing it on time.
Yeah, that's right. Patriot of the Week, right here. I would give it to myself too if I ran a podcast. I would do it. I love it, bro. Well done. He is a patriot. I loves America. I'm just making this all the time. You love that I come in here, I see the Ronald Reagan up on the street, up on the wall. Like, we got American flags. Let's go. Damon, he is a true patriot, on a patriot. Oh, it's like Patriot. Everybody, not Jersey Shore Podcast. Let's go. He's a patriot. Let's go.
Yeah, I never gave it to myself before. I would. I just thought it'd be funny, like coming up with this idea, because and plus it was going back to my wife. I gave her the Patriot of the Week last week, and I figured if she's watching right now, now I'm getting it this week, because you know what? I have control over who I give it to.
And we gotta make sure it even things out. We gotta make sure it stays tied.
That's
you know
right,
what I mean?
yeah.
Because we're equal. We're opposite, but we're equal. Okay, that's all. That's all. Equally important. That's what I tell my girls. Men and women, we're equally important.
All right, so let's go. Let's go into the Loser of the Week.
Losers! Losers! Losers!
This is so much love.
Ah, shut up!
Yeah. I'll tell you why she's the Loser of the Week. I mean, for multiple reasons. She could be the Loser of the Week every week. I mean, number one, she openly is endorsing Madani for
some
mayor.
the New York mayor.
New York mayor, yeah. So that's
everything's gonna be free. So according to Madani, everything's gonna be free. We're gonna tax all the businesses.
Yeah.
When the businesses leave because they get taxed. then how's it going to be free? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to say the least.
And she's a loser of the week because she doesn't have somebody like my producer, Damon Sherrod, you, Nate, Pete Sykes, Jack Brangan, myself, working on her campaign because that's how she's going to lose. So we're trying to get the right people elected, and she doesn't have people like us. She doesn't have Jack Ciarelli's charisma and his stamina, and he's going to win. So that's why you're a loser until November, okay? Well, till after November 4th, and then you can win at something else that you want to win at. But as long as you don't win this election, I want to keep calling you the loser because we do not want you as our governor. Because if at the very least, if you were to win somehow, then at least like pay for my U-Haul.
Pay for something for you to get out of here.
Yeah, I mean,
get
seriously,
rid of the exit tax.
Yeah, get rid of the exit tax.
That's
pay
it.
for my U-Haul. I mean, that's the very least she could do.
I just feel like it's just going to be more promises, like more Murphy stuff for next phase, making sure I get in.
Yeah.
Like something like I know I saw a graph of like once he made that Murphy talking about that his executive order, something about renewable energy. We're going to have 100% renewable energy by 2035, something like that. And since then, I believe electricity prices have skyrocketed. I know we're all feeling that effects right now.
Yep.
Here in New Jersey, I know my bill is probably about 26 cents, 27 cents per kilowatt.
Yeah,
I know it's absolute. Yeah, it's absolute menace. Yeah, I know it used to be in the teens. That's the only thing I would always calculate it on my own. That's some nerd accounting shit, but still, like, no, it's up. So like that's what. It's just like, look, if Mike Scherzer is going to go in and to continue the same policies, like, is that what we're going to have to keep seeing? Just our electric bills rising?
Yeah, that's what you're going to see.
I think there's free energy out there. We had a disagreement earlier. He does that at a barbecue earlier about free energy and whether or not they're holding it out there. I think it's out there. But that being said, what we got with right now, this is it. And if the prices keep going up, like, no, it's just going to keep on squeezing the middle class. Like, they just want two classes, the upper and the lower. That's it. The squeeze in the middle.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, it just can't happen. So, and with that, let's move on to the one-legged man GoFundMe. Seth, and by the way, he really doesn't have one leg or one foot. He just had some major surgery on his foot. They had to remove bones, and he went through hell basically. And he was in the hospital for months and months and months. And the hospital bills are piling up still, but he is getting better. I guess he walks with a little hitch in his step, I guess. And I love him breaking his stones because he does it to me all the time. And he's a great guy. That's how we roll pretty much. But he does need help. That's why we always post this GoFundMe for Seth. Because Seth, and his name is Jonah Eisenberg when you see it, but he goes by Seth. You all know that by now. But Seth is the man. And when you see him on a conservative corner, like he just no filter, throws it out there, and he's hilarious, actually. I love watching Seth. When we do the polls, I'm like, all right, when I ask if I'm hosting, I'm like, I'm going to bring this one to Seth. I said, wait for it. And then, boom, he just hammers it away, and I almost fall off the chair. And the hammer calls me the hammer all the time. So, but there you go. That's the GoFundMe for Seth. And then the rest of our shows that we air, our producer was great. He put everything together. You'll see this as we end the show, and we'll talk about everyone else's show that's out there. And just don't forget about the polls on Wednesday too. Wednesday at 8:00. It's a great show. But thanks for joining us. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for having me, bro. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. All right, it's awesome.
All the time.
Nate, he's the treasurer of the campaign for
BoJackandPete.com. My cousin Pete Sykes. Can't say nothing. All the best, but I can't say nothing. I can't fucking it up. He's the best. I love him. But no, I'm his treasurer for his campaign. BoJackandPete.com. Donate if you can, please. We appreciate it.
All right. All right. Thank you. Have a good night.